Hi, welcome back to my channel, and this is a sound off on Kandi and the Gang. So, Todd and Kandi are wrapping up this conversation that they were having on the last episode with Miss Chandrika about her running her mouth. And she's upset, and it's just like, girl, I mean, you said what you said. Um, Dom goes to visit Brandon at his apartment and they're catching up. They're talking about the birthday dinner. They're talking about her missing the town hall meeting. And she's like, am I in trouble for it? And he's like, no, you're good. You're good. Girl, you good because you dated a manager. So it turns out that Dominique missed the meeting for a good reason because she was auditioning for a gig, I think in London for Rick Ross, and she booked the gig. So congratulations to her. So Brian is still suspended, and I did not realize at the time that Philip suspended him for a whole 2 weeks. Philip, you really tried it. You really suspended Brian, who was working his job, doing the bartender's job, doing everything in between, and you suspended him for 2 weeks. Lemon. But anywho, Brian is making the most of his time because he is fulfilling these orders of these soul rolls, and the people are ordering. So, okay. He ain't just sitting on his butt. However, Chandrika stops by to fill him in on what's been going on. Chandrika lets him know that, you know what, we're going to be having a team building activity coming up. I think you should come even though you're suspended. So Brian is acting like he's not going to show up. But of course, Brian, we know you're going to show up, okay? You ain't got no choice. You got to show up. So Philip meets up with Kandi, Todd, and Don Juan, and they're rehashing what went on during the whole Brian getting suspended altercation. And half of what Philip was saying, he didn't even witness. Like, he's talking about he was at the bar and he did this and he was talking back to Brandon and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it was like, Philip, you didn't witness none of this. You don't even really know what happened. I feel like Brandon should have been there, but he was going to lie anyways. But you didn't know what happened. And I can't wait to see next week's episode because you're going to be feeling really milky. You're going to be feeling real stupid. However, he's explaining it. And my thing was he was kind of making it seem like Brandon didn't want to work with him anymore. Brandon had the issue. Like, this is a big, point of contention between Brandon and Brian. And we all know that's not what it is. But he is recommending to Kandi and Todd that Brian be let go of. He shouldn't be working there. He shouldn't be this and he shouldn't be that. And of course, King Lemon over there sitting next to Kandi, like, I'm with Don Juan and Philip. Okay, King Lemon, whatever. Like, Todd, you don't even be knowing what's happening. You don't even be there. So how you gonna... Anyways, Kandi's not feeling it. Kandi's like, this don't sound right. And you know what? You know what that's called? That's called good sense. She know that something about this it's not adding up. The math ain't mathing. And she was like, we're going to have to see what happens. We're going to have to see about this team building situation. And I'm going to have to get back to you because this just don't, This is why Kandi is successful, because she's not stupid to just take whatever is given to her. She uses her brain and she thinks for herself. Because Philip, you was sitting up there just talking a whole bunch of lies. Stuff you don't even know. Stuff you can't even confirm. Anyways, back at the OLG, Chandrika is making a fool of herself because she's still trying to find out who snitched on her. And I don't know why it matters because... Girl, you said it. But anyway, she's searching high and low for Patrick and she can't find him. So she takes a little field trip and she finds Melvin and Patrick. And this is why I like Melvin. Because Melvin, he don't mince words. He ain't got time for the nonsense. He is definitely Aunt Bertha's grandchild because he shuts her down in 2 seconds. And Melvin, like I said, Melvin don't like mess. He don't like all the antics. He ain't not here for none of it. So as she's asking her questions, Melvin is like, did someone say that we said this? So pretty much you just decided that we snitched on you. Girl, bye, gone away from us with this. He shuts that mess down real quick, and I loved it. Because, Chandrika, you look stupid. It's not like you said the shit. So why are we, like, what? Did the producers tell you to do this? Because you look a mess, girl. You look dumb. You already know you said it. So what's the problem? So back to Brandon and Dominique. They are in the car. I don't remember where they were going, but clearly they was going somewhere. And they decide that they're going to become exclusive and that she's going on this tour and she wants to know, are you my man or are you not my man? And he says, I'm your man. And they're together and, I'll take it. It's better than seeing Safari and Patrick. So, okay, whatever. So now they got to figure out how they're going to work, this thing out at work. Like how they going to move at work as a couple. Good luck. So back at Kandi's house, it is Riley's birthday and the family is there and they're celebrating just a little something something in the backyard. And Mama's is a sophomore at NYU. Okay, you know what? You know who Riley reminds me of, like Andre from Empire. It's like Kandi done set up everything. Now she's sending Riley off to school to be, to have that degree, to have them letters behind her name so she can come back and run the empire. See, that's how it needs to go. That's how I'm gonna need it to go, cause Riley got good sense, So while they're celebrating Riley's birthday, I don't remember if it was Todd or who. I think it was Todd brings up the mention of who's going to run the restaurants, in the future. And Riley ain't saying nothing because Riley already knows she gonna be CEO. Okay, she gonna be at the corporate office handling, the big deals. She not gonna be at the OLG. That's not where she's trying to be. And Kayla ain't say nothing either because Kayla like, yeah, you got me messed up. Mama Joyce chimes in and was like, you know what, Todd, you probably should go into the OLG more often and work in the kitchen. And Todd is like, no, not me. That ain't gonna happen. And Mama Joyce is very adamant about, you really should. You really need to know how the kitchen specifically is being run. I'm with Mama Joyce. I'm always with Mama Joyce. Mama Joyce, y'all be trying to clown Mama Joyce, but Mama Joyce she has a lot to offer. Okay, when she said that Todd should be in the kitchen, I felt like that was some real shit, because as an owner, you should never feel comfortable hiring someone to do something that you don't know how to do or that you would not want to do. You need to know the conditions that they are working under, okay? I feel like if he work in that kitchen for one day, I bet you y'all have a generator. I bet you if he's in that kitchen and the power goes out and he starts cooking, instead of the food cooking, he starts cooking. I'm with Mama Joyce. I feel like, Todd, get your hairnet on, get the one for your beard, put on your non-slip shoes, put on your apron, whatever the uniform is, and head on over to OLG and start working in that kitchen. And then see how you like working there when the power goes out and there's no generator to keep the AC going. Riley gonna slip in there talking about the people might quit if they have to work a day in there with Todd. You a shady little princess, aren't you? So it was the team building event day, and they have rented out this nice little field space to do their activities. And Philip is still full of shit. You get some lemons because you are a deceptive little somebody. You get like 4 or 5 lemons for being deceptive, Philip. So Philip is really trying to flip this whole thing around to make it seem as if Brandon and Brian have this huge issue between the two of them, as if they just cannot get along, and he's going to have to talk to Brandon to see if he can get Brandon to get along with Brian, since Kandi doesn't want to let go of Brian. Philip, you full of shit. You're doing that because Don Juan called your ass out. You're trying to flip it now. As if Brandon has this huge issue with Brian, so that it looks like as if you're not fighting with everyone. You are not low. We see you. So everybody arrives. The OLG shows up dressed like referees, and it's really cute. I like that. The staff wants to know what is the prize for the winners, and Kandi is like, y'all gonna have really good work relationships. They want something else. So I think she agrees to give them money. So Mama Joyce says, hey, Todd, if your team loses, you have to work in the kitchen. So he was like, oh, hell no. He ain't trying to work in nobody's kitchen. So Kandi, for her team, her strategy is picking all the people that she needs to get along because they don't currently get along. So she has Philip, Chandrika, Torrin, Melvin, whoever else. And Todd got the rest of them. I don't remember who all he had. I think he had Patrick. I don't know who all he had, but he had the people who ain't got too many issues with each other. And so I caught that shade that Todd threw at Melvin. Now, first of all, Melvin is cute. He a big dude, but he's really cute. So don't be trying to come for Melvin, okay, King Lemon. That you get a lemon for that. You get a lemon for trying to call out Melvin. We ain't like that. Todd. Now these games were the little inchworm game that they was doing on the floor. I wouldn't have been able to do that. I wouldn't have been able to do it. But, you know, whatever. It's team building. Yay, spirit. Anyways, they ended up having a tie. Todd doesn't have to work in the kitchen. And Kandi's going to give everybody $100. Prince Lemon Brandon, he decides, he's like, oh, you know what? I'm willing to set up a meeting with Brian so that we can work things out. And still you didn't tell on yourself that you was in the back canoodling with the bartender. You ain't tell that. You really sat up there and let them suspend Brian for 2 weeks. See, this is what made me feel like made me feel like it wasn't real. That made me feel like that wasn't real. But anywho, so anyways, it's a new day. Brandon and Philip are meeting with Brian to discuss his suspension. And Brandon, you look a mess sitting up there trying to lay down the law to Brian because you act worse than he do. But whatever. He lays down the new rules and Brian goes along with it. He goes along to get along and they welcome him back. It was foolish as hell because if anybody should have been written up, it should have been Brandon. But whatever. Brian is back. And all is well. That's pretty much what happened. I can't wait to see because this new preview that I seen for this new episode, can't wait to see it. Anyways, that's my sound off. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.